Breaking through the army of beasts, Xiao Yan and his team finally reached the legendary Bodhisattva tree. At last, we were shown this ancient treasure in its full glory, one of the top 3 on the entire Do Qi continent. It seemed a little strange that ancestors and even Do Zuns were fleeing on foot from the beasts. After all, they could open spatial rifts and teleport instantly. Either the beasts had been strengthened, or the experts had been weakened. Be that as it may, with the help of the Bodhisattva seed, Xiao Yan's team successfully approached the ancient tree. However, the Hun clan and the heavenly demon phoenixes were already there. The tree was guarded by 3 puppets at the half-saint, Ban Sheng, level. In the original, as we remember, there were 5. But here, more groups managed to break through the blockade of beasts, not only Xiao Yan's team, Hun Yu's team, and the heavenly phoenixes. In this version, each group faced 1 half-saint puppet. Judging by the trailer, the battle will be spectacular. Among all the gathered groups, there was no one stronger than a 9-star Do Zun at the 8th to 9th stage. This meant that only through numbers could Do Zuns stand against the half-saint puppets. According to the original, Xiao Yan, Gu Suner, and the others defeated their puppet first. Without waiting for the other groups, they were the first to step beneath the branches of the tree. There they faced a deadly illusion, but Xiao Yan managed to break free. Moreover, he helped the Bodhisattva tree cleanse itself of the negative emotions left by the Dark God. In earlier videos on this channel, we discussed this in detail. After that, as shown in the trailer, Xiao Yan was destined for the legendary training under the ancient tree, known as the 100 Reincarnations. Xiao Yan literally merged with the branches, leaves, and the entire ancient tree. When he purified it of dark emotions, all the experts trapped in the illusion were released and reappeared outside. Gu Suner recognized Xiao Yan's figure within the trunk of the tree. General Gu Qingyang reminded everyone of the legendary opportunity. The ancient Bodhisattva tree was also known as the Tree of Reincarnation and Enlightenment. It was said to grant a mysterious effect, allowing one to undergo 100 reincarnations. According to legend, those who endured such reincarnations would have a chance to become gods. Though it was only a legend, who would refuse such an opportunity? The Bodhisattva tree rewarded Xiao Yan for helping it. As a sentient being, it thanked him by allowing him to undergo the 100 reincarnations, the so-called meditation beneath the ancient tree. Han Yu and Jiao Feng watched gloomily. They could not help but feel envy. They would have preferred this fortune to be theirs. Han Yu felt regret, but it was already too late. The space of this place was its own created domain. It was impossible to create spatial ripples here, so he could not summon Hun clan experts by breaking his clan's jade. Suddenly, Han Yu and Jiao Feng moved. They turned into 2 black streaks and, in an instant, appeared beneath the Bodhisattva tree, faster than anyone could react. Both unleashed their Do Qi and mercilessly attacked Xiao Yan. It seemed they wished to wake him from his trance. Gu Suner tried to stop them but was too late. Their attack struck the tree. But at that moment, Han Yu and Jiao Feng felt an unimaginably terrifying power surge from the spot they had struck. That dreadful force struck directly at their eyes. They had no time to dodge. Their Do Qi defenses collapsed instantly, and both were flung backward like broken kites. Their bodies traced arcs in the air as they spat out fresh blood. Everyone present was stunned to see Han Yu and Jiao Feng defeated in an instant. Shocked, they turned their eyes toward the ancient Bodhisattva tree. This was truly extraordinary. Gu Suner sighed in relief, seeing that Xiao Yan had not awakened. But her hostility toward the enemies grew. Gu Qingyang stopped her. He himself glared coldly at the Hun clan members. The Hun clan and the heavenly demon Phoenix tribe were clearly working together. It would be difficult to deal with both if it came to a bloody battle. Most importantly, such chaos could disturb Xiao Yan. For that reason, Han Yu and Jiao Feng gave up trying to harm Xiao Yan. The ancient Bodhisattva tree was clearly protecting him. While Xiao Yan was in meditation, no one could leave. The space here was unbelievably powerful. Everyone had to wait for Xiao Yan's awakening. The concept of time in this place was extremely vague. Gradually, everyone entered their own cultivation states. The energy here was filled with immense vitality. It could strengthen anyone. Thus, so as not to waste the opportunity, all began cultivating. Of course, in Gu Suner's group, several people constantly kept watch on Han Yu and Zhou Feng's group, ready to fight at the slightest suspicious move. About a month passed. During this month, the Bodhisattva tree showed no activity. Xiao Yan, who had been sitting motionless, looked like a frozen statue. He did not move, and many even stopped sensing his aura. At last, the human figure seated inside finally stirred. Eyes that had been closed for an entire month slowly opened under countless astonished gazes. Everyone looked into those dark eyes. It was as if they saw the eyes of an ancient elder who understood all the truths of the world. The feeling came from the depths of Xiao Yan's soul, impossible to imitate. Gu Suner joyfully greeted Xiao Yan. The others could only stare at him. They had only ever heard tales of those who trained beneath the Bodhisattva tree. None knew what changes such training would bring. Xiao Yan looked somewhat dazed, placed under the attention of so many. His gaze rested on Gu Suner's group. He spoke a few words, but everyone heard the voice of an old man. The ancient expression in his eyes slowly faded as that elderly voice resounded, then disappeared completely. Xiao Yan rose from the Bodhisattva tree and stepped forward. Ripples spread across the tree's surface as his body touched it. His form slid out of the incomparably hard ancient tree as if it were liquid. Xiao Yan had finally returned. In the eyes of the others, he had spent only 1 month within the Bodhisattva tree. Yet he knew that his soul had experienced 100 reincarnations there. If his mind had not been strong, he would have been lost within them. Fortunately, he endured with a firm heart. Within that short month, he had lived countless lives and died countless deaths. The level of danger was no less than battling a true saint. This month was far from as simple as it appeared. Xiao Yan clasped his hands together and thanked the tree. General Gu Qingyang approached him and asked quietly, "Your aura. It seems I cannot perceive it. Have you already broken through to the level of half-saint, Ban Sheng?" There was doubt in his tone, for he was shocked that he could not sense Xiao Yan's aura. He had never felt this, not even from elite half-saints of his clan. But such a breakthrough was not easy. Xiao Yan shook his head. He was not lying. He had not yet reached the half-saint level. Nevertheless, he had indeed grown far stronger. He had reached the true peak of the 9-star Do Zun. Now he stood at the 9th stage of the Do Zun realm. Within that month, he achieved what others could not in a decade of training. His speed was astonishing, but Xiao Yan knew that the month experienced by others had been a century for him. During those 100 reincarnations, Xiao Yan used 100 years to refine his Do Qi, repeatedly compressing it. Only then did his Do Qi break through to the 9th stage, reaching the true peak power of the Do Zun realm. This pace could not be considered fast. On the contrary, it was relatively slow. Yet Xiao Yan was extremely cautious with the power he obtained. Even this strength gained through reincarnations, he repeatedly suppressed, refusing to let it rise uncontrollably. His ambitions were too great, and he would not sacrifice future gains for small immediate advantages. Gu Qingyang was astonished, unable to see through Xiao Yan at all. Xiao Yan suddenly turned toward Han Yu, Zhou Feng, and the others. Each of them released their Do Qi. Cold eyes locked on him. They were ready to attack at the slightest sign of hostility. What will happen next? What choice will Xiao Yan make against the enemies of the Hun clan and the heavenly demon Phoenix tribe? We will explore this in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.